So it's time to see one of the glamour teams in this competition, Hong Kong. They've been in fantastic form in the Asian 7 Series, winning the first 2 legs of the event, beating such teams as Korea and Sri Lanka and Japan. And they've got a load of young forwards here who have been playing very well this year. Eligibility rules mean that only passport holders can compete in the Asian Games, so all these youngsters born in Hong Kong and holding Chinese passports. And there's China in the red. Again, full of great athletes, the Chinese team, ex-athletes in other disciplines who've come into the rugby setup in preparation for Rio 2016, if they can make it that far. To be fair, they'll have to up their skill level a little bit. But also a lot of this team in China representing the Shandong province that beat Hong Kong last year in the China Games. So a bit of a grudge match here too for the Hong Kong lads. Varty gets it to Capon, who's been a revelation since he's come into the setup. Running wide out with Coverdale. Good quick turnaround, and Woodward's on the ball here. Hood, the captain, Varty. Inside ball to Hood, and he gets it out on the outside to Tom McQueen. He's got some speed, McQueen, and he's dragged down in the tackle. Good work. Thought it was Santa Claus out there with that headgear for a moment, but it's the Chinese winger, Lu Huachan. He's one of those players from Shandong last year that defeated Hong Kong at the China Games. And Hong Kong Rugby awarded elite status, and these players training at the facility and improving dramatically in the last year. Little knock on there from China. They're up for this game. This match will decide Pool B. Hong Kong defeated the Philippines 40-0 and Saudi Arabia 70-0. This time it's Hood who sets Varty up for a big hit there from Lu. Alex McQueen decides to go left and then thinks better of it. Takes the contact. Varty's there at the base of the ruck, out to Hood. Hood puts in a little chip kick through inside the 22. The sweeper's back. Has he got a kicking game? Decides to hold the ball in hand, and it's marvellous stuff. Very confident on the ball there from Liu Chao. And the attack keeps going too. China really up for this game, good to see. They've suffered a couple of hidings to Hong Kong in the last couple of years in the 7 Series, but they beat the Philippines 1914 as well, so very much the second place team in this pool, so almost guaranteed a quarter-final start. McQueen gets up in the air. Varty struggles to get the ball and has to take a big hit there from Liu Guanjian, the captain of China. Little knock on from China. This time it's McQueen who thrusts it out to Hood, who puts in a lovely cross kick, and Alex McQueen is after this one. Tom McQueen, in fact, T-Mac as they call him, struggles to get the bouncing ball and gets Lu on top of him. Just couldn't pick up the bounce of the ball in time there, Tom McQueen. And that was great scrambling there from Lu Huanchan, the man with the red and white headgear on. And Tom McQueen denied a try. Woodward, number 3 there in the line out, the top try scorer in the tournament so far. He's got 5 tries, and China with the defensive line out here. Very confident with ball in hand behind their line, but they decide to kick this one. It hasn't gone far enough really, but the ball finds some space. Capon to Alex McQueen. McQueen struggling to get the ball to ground, does so now. Capon should have probably picked that one up, but the penalty goes to Hong Kong. Capon takes it quickly out to Woodward. Woodward thinks about a cross kick as well, but backs his power. Varty to Tom McQueen this time, and T-Mac makes no mistake. Luke Wan Chan doing his best to try and deny the try, but Tom McQueen with the first try of the game. It's been tight. China have been brave. Tom McQueen just denied a try moments ago. Couldn't pick up the bounce of the ball. Gets one now. McQueen and Varty sporting some outrageous hairstyles there. Obviously the result of some challenge. Or perhaps just bad fashion sense. Hood, the captain. Can't quite squeeze that one out, so the score remains 5-0. Back in the squad is Keith Robertson, one of the ex-stars of Hong Kong rugby, and Mark Wright coming back into the squad as well. Haven't been used though much so far in this tournament. Hood puts a nice chip up. Alex McQueen so good at reclaiming those kickoffs. Varty gets those little legs pumping inside the 22 now. Coverdale can't hold on to the ball. Good work at the breakdown from China there. So they come away with it, but they've been penned inside their 22. And that's very much the strategy for Hong Kong. Trying to play the game down in Chinese territory, but it's out now. And this time it's a kick for the Chasers, but the sweep is back. It's Jamie Hood. Hood is surrounded by Chinese players, and there's nobody behind him at the moment. Tom McQueen rushes to his aid, as does Capon. Capon takes it from the back of the ruck this time. Coverdale's there too. Hood struggling to pick up the ball. Round came Liu Chao, apparently onside. Capon to Alex McQueen. Numbers here on the outside. It goes to Woodward. A stuttering step from Woodward. Steps inside. Good clean out there from Varty. Alex McQueen this time to Capon. Tom McQueen's in centre field and pops the ball over to Hood. Does he know he's got Coverdale outside? He does. And Michael Coverdale strolling over for the try. Their second in what has been a very competitive half of rugby. Coverdale is dad's English and his mum Filipina, but born and raised in Hong Kong. Plays his rugby at the Hong Kong Football Club, only 19 years old. And one of the bright young stars of Hong Kong rugby. Could be an important kick here for Hood. And he's slotted it too. Good work as the half-time whistle blows. That's given them a bit of a cushion. 12 points to 0.
They come with everything they can. Physically now, they'll start to drop off. The next 2 minutes, they'll try the same physicality. So, Righty, you come on, you smash everybody above the ball. Mac, same thing. Michael, same thing.
Just hear from Gareth Baber there, bringing Mark Wright on. One of Hong Kong's very experienced players and a versatile player as well. Has played 3 or 4 positions in the 15s games. We see Tom McQueen scragged there early on. Just a few centimetres away from the try line. China, some good attack and backing themselves too physically. They've been very good over the ball, and that's why Coach Baber is bringing Mark Wright on just to counter that a little bit. The first try from Tom McQueen. Tried to get a bit closer to the posts. Hood here, struggling. China up well. And real struggle at the breakdown for Hong Kong, as they were probably anticipating that. China coming round very quickly. And this will be their closest game so far. Disappointing against the Philippines, for the Philippines. 40 points to 0. Philippines not so long ago, one of the top 2 or 3 teams in Asia. Went to the Rugby World Cup Sevens in Moscow last year, qualified for that, so disappointing to see them not compete against the likes of Hong Kong at the moment. China will restart. And they kick deep, goes down to Vati. And Vati loses his footing, so he's tackled there. Wong and Liu. Woodward to Hood. Hood puts on a step, gets round the outside but throws an awful pass to Mark Wright. He's the new man who's been brought on, just to try and get a little bit more competitive at the breakdown. He's still playing his rugby for Toyota Shockey Shuttles in Japan professionally. Mark Wright. He's played all over the place in the rugby field. He's played at open side flanker, second five, halfback. Good multi-skilled player. As China on the attack, this time the chance to even it up. Lu Guanjan, and he's got the pace surely to get through. Bust the tackle. Desperate attempt by Vati, but it's not good enough. And the man with the Santa Claus headgear goes over. Liu Huachan, ex-sprinter and a long jumper from Shandong. And you just look at these athletes from China. Some of them haven't been playing rugby more than 2 years, but they've just fantastic physiques. Just need somebody to guide them, really. Like the women's team, they've got Yu Xiaoling, who does a great job in getting them in the right places on the rugby field. And if it's one weakness of this Chinese men's team, they probably just don't have 1 or 2 experts, those influential players, to make the right decisions at first receiver and maybe at the base of the ruck. Job left to Feng Wenru most of the time, but he hasn't even made the starting lineup yet. Maybe carrying an injury as Wright smashes in. Again, they're struggling at the breakdown though. China doing well. Here's Woodward, who has 5 tries in this tournament so far. Wright with a nice handoff. He's supported by Coverdale. Knocks it on though, so it's advantage China. Well, they're only 1 try away here. Now that's a loose pass from Wong Jianhua. He had a cluster of players over on the left-hand side he was trying to link up with. They're still there, so they need a quick turnover here, China, to get it out there. But they've put in a lot of men at this ruck. So they go outside this time, Kawai Wen. It's better defence by Hong Kong though. Yes, they've won themselves the penalty. A little bit isolated there. Liu Guanjun, the captain. And Wong Jianhua asking for a bit of assistance there. A wonky knee. So Hood bangs it into touch. Gareth Baber from Wales, who's come in to coach the 7 squad. Assisted by Kane Jury there in the background, writing the notes out. A couple of substitutes coming on this time. Just 3.5 minutes left, halfway through the second half. New man for China is Chen Yongqian. 190 centimetres and 95 kilograms. It's a bit of beef to bring on, that's for sure, isn't it? And nice work over the top of the ball there. So Hong Kong won another penalty thanks to Jamie Hood. This time he decides to tap quickly. Woodward takes it. Always there, ready to run with the ball. Right, quickly to Hood. Varty puts in a little chip kick to Tom McQueen. And McQueen could score here if he can grab the ball. He has. He's beaten Liu Guanchan. It's been a great, great battle out there on the wing. But T-Mac with 2 tries against Liu's 1 is winning that small war at the moment. Tom McQueen, his 2nd try of the game. Varty always looking for that opportunity to kick through. So Hood, an important conversion that he converts. Very stable and solid member of this Hong Kong setup. As Capon takes a break with Alex and Tom McQueen there, the brothers. Gonzo and Beaker, better known as. Keith Robertson and Kwok Kachung ready to come on. Kachun, nicknamed the Dog, the fireman from Kowloon. Hood restarts play. Slapped back by Chen Kai-wen. China. Oh, that's a lovely break inside his 22 from Ma Chong. We've seen some wonderful play from him over the last couple of years. He's really picking up rugby well, and he's beaten Hood to the ball. Wonderful covering there. The Hong Kong player getting back. Ma Chong claiming he's been tackled on the ground. He's a very good athlete, Ma Chong, from Shandong. And extremely quick over the first 40 metres. Did well there. Hit Hood just at the right time, and it was Kato Lee who came back and salvaged that situation for Hong Kong. China need a try here. Just a minute to go. If they can get a quick try, convert it, rush back, there might be a chance to still be in this game. Needs to happen quickly though. Time is their enemy. Goes in. Kai-wen gets it. Oh, and it's being knocked on. Wasn't even watching the ball there, Zhang Liwei. He was looking up to see what was on outside before he got his hands on the ball. So Hong Kong will take their time here into the scrum. And then probably just take it very easy. Go through a couple of phases before kicking the ball out. Let's see if Kato Lee can control this one. He's tackled before he's even touched the ball, so it's a penalty to Hong Kong. Lee takes it away quickly. Robertson's on the field. He gets it to Varty. The old combination. They've been playing rugby together for 14, 15 years. Now it's China's turn. They come around the outside too. It's Wenru, Feng Wenru. Amazed we haven't seen him on the field earlier. Great little player, and they've got the penalty here. And that's a yellow card against the defender Coverdale. Throws his arms in the air, but there's only a couple of seconds left. So even if they score the try, China, it won't be enough to take a victory here. Close now, a couple of centimetres in it. As they drive forward, it was a pick and roll there, but he's knocked it on. Claiming the try, but the referee knows better. It's a knock on, and Hong Kong have won this tense clash in Pool B. They've topped the table, but they were given a thorough examination by this brave and plucky Chinese team. Well done to Hong Kong, but also China playing really well and underlining the fact that they're improving in every outing. China really upping their game in preparation for a spot in Rio in 2016. There's Mark Wright, good to see him back in the Hong Kong setup. And confirmation of the final score, Hong Kong 19, People's Republic of China 5.